I feel like they're a default medicine. Like anytime you go to the doctor, it's just the first thing they will give you.
But there are times I will be having severe pain. Rather than taking one tablet of a 400 milligram, I'll end up taking 3. The only thing you see on the advert is if symptoms persist for 3 days, visit your doctor.
Antibiotics have been useful in the treatment of infections. Sadly, there have been an abuse of these drugs, leading to antibiotic resistance. The resistance of antibiotics means that bacteria are able to survive despite being exposed to antibiotics that were once effective against them. This is a serious health problem. We want to know if Nigerians are aware of antibiotic resistance and how they use these drugs.
Based on what I know that it's a situation whereby the body immune system gets used to overdose or misuse of antibiotics and gets resistant to it, whereby antibiotics administered would not take effect anymore.
Yeah, I've heard of antibiotics resistance.
I know about antibiotics-ish because I've had to take some in my life. But like, because it's not my field, I don't really pay attention, which I don't think is right.
Well, 95% of the time I buy over the counter.
Why do you do that?
Well, let's say we have this mentality of, I know what's wrong with me.
Yes, I have, especially when I was younger. Because when I was younger, when the season changes, my health too used to change. So I took a lot of drugs.
I just go to the pharmacist.
You just go to the pharmacy?
Yes, pharmacy.
You don't go to the hospital?
No. I go to the pharmacy and then speak to the pharmacists.
For cold, influenza, probably stomach upsets, and when I'm down with maybe flu or malaria.
Over the counter. Because I feel like there's some, like when you have headache, you don't go to the doctor, you buy painkillers. I feel like that's how it became. That when you are sick with things you feel require antibiotics, you just go and buy the ones you are used to because you feel like that's the correct medication.
When I'm sick, I think the first thing I do, I go to, there's a chemist close to my place, so I go there, I tell them what is my issue, then they administer drugs for me. So I just take those ones first and it subsides.
I feel like they're a default medicine. Like anytime you go to the doctor, it's just the first thing they will give you is just parts. Like it's antibiotics and some other things. That's how it has always been.
It's not really a good thing, but I see people buying drugs over the counter. Before you know it, you see a lot of antibiotics in it. I send my younger one to go and buy drugs for go to a pharmacy for checkup. They will come back with a lot of antibiotics. And I just allow them take it since that's what they said is going to work. You take it.
Some people prescribe it without getting to know what they like. How would I put it? Without doing tests, you will know the right antibiotic to prescribe. But some people just hear of the illness and just prescribe it direct.
You only see an advert for a drug when they want to sell. But in the long run, you don't see any awareness being created about this drug. You don't see them telling you, this is how you make use of the drug.
I have a boss. Last year, he came back last year, and he told me something. He said he has not taken antibiotics in a very long time, and he came back from the UK. He has been in the UK for some time. So he came back here, he has never taken antibiotics for a very long time. And that was because he went to see a doctor over something that happened to him, and they prescribed an antibiotics for him. Believe me, he didn't take that antibiotics, and he got well. Became fine. So I think the reason why things are happening like that in Africa is because they are allowed.
Qualified personnel should be in chemists. That's one. There are some chemists that are qualified. There are the ones that have just subpar, but we wouldn't know.
And I feel like our government should do something about it. That's why we have Ministry of Health. That's why we have National Hospital. They should be able to provide. It's not all hospitals that are big enough to get the proper drugs by themselves.
We have heard from Nigerians. It is important that we take antibiotics with caution to prevent antibiotic resistance, preferably adhering to a doctor's prescription. Let's continue to raise awareness on this issue by sharing and commenting.